Here's a mistake that can cost you weeks of work, and most people don't even realize it until it's too late. They come up with a business name, they get excited, they start building everything around it, the logo, the website, the brand, and then they find out they can't legally use it. At that point, you're not just changing a name, you're starting over, and that's something you want to avoid at all costs. Hi, my name is Bobby Casey. I'm the founder of BusinessAnywhere.io. I'm an international tax lawyer, and for over 20 years, I've been helping entrepreneurs set up their companies, protect their businesses, and avoid costly mistakes like this one. And today, I want to walk you through something that sounds simple, but it is actually one of the most important early steps in starting a business. How to properly do a Massachusetts business entity search, and more importantly, how to do it in a way that actually protects you. Now let's take a step back for a second, because a lot of people think this is just about checking if a name is taken, and yes, that's part of it. But there's more to it than that. A business entity search is really about making sure your name is legally distinguishable from others already registered in the state. And that word, distinguishable, is doing a lot of heavy lifting here, because it doesn't just mean not identical, it means your name can't be confusingly similar either. So if there's already a company with a name that sounds or looks close to yours, you could run into issues, even if it's not exactly the same. And this is where people get caught off guard. They think they found something unique, but from a legal standpoint, it's not unique enough. So if you're planning to register a business in Massachusetts, you need to start with the right approach. Now, in Massachusetts, business entity searches are handled through the Secretary of the Commonwealth's website. They have an online database where you can search for existing business names, and this is where you'll want to spend some time. But here's the thing, don't just type in your exact name and call it a day. That's one of the biggest mistakes people make. Instead, you want to think strategically about how you search. Let's say your desired name is something like Boston Creative Marketing Group. If you only search that exact phrase, you might miss similar names like Boston Creative Marketing or Creative Marketing Boston, and those could still create a conflict. So what you want to do is break your name down into key components, search for variations, search for partial matches, search for anything that could potentially overlap, because the goal here is not just to see if your exact name exists, it's to identify anything that could be considered too close. Now, once you run your searches, you're going to get a list of results. And this is where you want to slow down and really look at what's there. Check the status of each entity. Some will be active, some may be inactive, some might be dissolved. Now here's something important to understand. Just because a business is no longer active doesn't necessarily mean the name is available. In Massachusetts, there are rules around name availability, and sometimes names remain restricted for a period of time. So if you see something close, even if it looks inactive, it's worth being cautious. Now let's talk about naming rules for a second, because this is another area where people run into problems. In Massachusetts, your business name needs to meet certain requirements. For example, if you're forming an LLC, you typically need to include LLC or limited liability company in the name. If it's a corporation, you might need Inc. or corporation. And there are also restrictions on certain words. You can't just include terms like bank, trust, or insurance unless you meet specific regulatory requirements. So even if your name is available, it still has to comply with these rules. Now here's another layer that often gets overlooked. Brand consistency. Your business name isn't just a legal requirement, it's also your identity. So ideally, you want to check more than just the state database. Check if the domain name is available. Check social media handles. Check trademarks if necessary. Because what you don't want is to secure a name legally, but then struggle to build a brand around it. Now, once you've confirmed your name is available and compliant, you have a decision to make. Do you move forward with registration immediately, or do you reserve the name? Massachusetts allows you to reserve a name for a certain period of time. And this can be useful if you're not quite ready to form your company, but you want to make sure no one else takes the name. Now let me point out something I see all the time. People are skipping this entire process. They assume their name is fine, they move forward, and only later do they realize there's a conflict. At that point, they've already invested time, money, and energy into the brand, and now they have to change everything. New domain, new logo, new marketing materials, possibly even explaining the change to customers. It's not just inconvenient, it can actually impact your business momentum. So even though this step feels small, it's one of the most important things you can do early on, because getting your name right from the beginning saves you from having to fix it later. Now, if we zoom out and look at the bigger picture, a Massachusetts business entity search is about more than just checking availability. It's about making informed decisions. You want to search thoroughly, understand the rules, look at the bigger branding picture, and make sure everything aligns. If you do that, you're setting your business up on a much stronger foundation. And if you want help with this process, whether it's checking name availability, registering your company, or making sure everything is set up correctly from day one, that's exactly what we do. Through our Digital Nomad Kit, we help entrepreneurs handle company formation, registered agent services, compliance, and everything you need to get your business running smoothly. You can find more information in the links below. And just remember, the best time to fix a problem is before it exists. Hope that helps, and I'll see you in the next video.